Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Come on, sucker. Let's get it on.
See, no one has balls. No one has the balls to say the real deal.
Black word today.
Yes, y'all is the one and only. Get up.
You are born.
Hello, everybody.
Black word today.
Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And please excuse that time. That time ain't right, Tim Black. That time ain't right. Hey, people, how you doing? My name is Tim Black. I'm your host for the show, Black Word Today. Thank you very much for joining me. All my people on Facebook, all my people on Periscope, all my people on YouTube, I appreciate y'all tuning in and taking the opportunity to share a little bit about what's going on in our world today. That's what all this is about. So I've got a couple of things I'd like to touch on today that are making news. We've got 50 Cent in Bitcoin. There's been a lot of conversation about Bitcoin and what it means, and if it's an opportunity or if it's a scam. And we're going to talk about that briefly. Erykah Badu made a comment that's being circulated across the internet. It was about her respect or love for, appreciation for Hitler. So, yeah, we need a lot of context around that. We're also going to talk about banks, bank fees. That's the big one today, bank fees. We got to have a conversation about that. But let's go with this, though. I like to start off with the Young Turks. All right, guys, so the Young Turks, you may be familiar with it. They are a liberal media group, originally a very independent. Well, they were somewhat independent. They Cenk Uygur is a former host on the MSNBC show, MSNBC Network, and he started this online entity along with others. And let's just say they've been in a lot of hot water lately, but they have a huge audience, 3.5 million. They are the dominant liberal-speaking media organization online, okay? And that comes with a lot of weight. It also comes with a lot of hate, and it also comes with a lot of competition. And lately, it's come with a lot of scandals. The latest scandal concerning the Young Turks is a lawsuit that I was made aware of. The Young Turks founder, Cenk Uygur, denies ex-employees race discrimination allegations. Okay?
Look, man, I ain't falling for no banana in my tailpipe.
Race discrimination allegations, folks. And this article was published, well, the original allegations were published in the BuzzFeed News website. Now, this is what you need to know, okay? There was paperwork filed. So this is not just hearsay. Someone is willing to go on the record and go to court and retain counsel and make an allegation formally, okay? The Young Turks has been targeted with a racial discrimination complaint by a former employee. Targeted, I don't think, would be the accurate term unless you're trying to discredit the person making the complaint. I don't know if you're the target, possibly the person making the complaint would consider themselves a target of discrimination, but that's neither here nor there. The TYT network founder and CEO Cenk Uygur, has called these claims baseless. Now, the name of the complainant is Andrew Jones. He's a black journalist who worked for TYT for 6 months in 2017. He filed the complaint with the New York State Division of Human Rights, claiming that he was treated more harshly than white colleagues and was held to a different standard. Jones alleges he was fired after he refused to sign a severance agreement under which he would agree not to sue TYT on the basis of racial discrimination. I almost said sexual sexual harassment just because of everything that's been going on. It's also to be noted that Mr. Jones, this isn't his first job in journalism. He's worked for other news entities such as The Intercept and a couple of other noteworthy organizations. So it's not like he just started in the game and he got his first break at TYT. Something else they left out in this article. And this is not the BuzzFeed article. This is from another site that I'm reading. Anyway, so what exactly did Andrew Jones allege about his former employer? According to Jones, when he raised the issues of discrimination with Cenk Uygur, the CEO told him that complaining about racial bias was a fireable offense. He also went on to say that Jones was told by Cenk Uygur to shut the F up, or shut the fuck up, and deal. We ain't going to censor words on here. I'm just used to doing that at times. Got to get out of the habit of that. We keep it blunt here, right? So let's continue to do that, Tim Black. So he told him, hey, according to Jones, this is horrible, right? I mean, not only was he being discriminated against when he tried to report it, he was told, if you report it to me again, I'm going to fire you, and you need to shut that fuck up and deal. Deal with the discrimination. Deal with the way we conduct business here. Get the hell out. So, in a statement, to be fair, Cenk Uygur says the comments Jones attributed to him are completely false. And he went on to say, it's truly unfortunate that he has decided to work with a lawyer who has now brought two different unrelated actions against us. Of course, we care a great deal about diversity in the workplace. That is part and parcel of what we do and who we are. We will defend our record and not give in to baseless demands. Okay, so now here, this is where it goes in a little further about Jones. According to our LinkedIn profile, Jones worked at TYT Network as a reporter from May through October 2017. He's based in Brooklyn. He is currently employed as an editor at Vox Media, SB Nation, and has been a contributor to publications including The Intercept and UK's The Guardian. So I'm just bringing this to your attention because in this digital media space, it's very difficult to actually get a foothold. And as someone who has put work in, not on anyone else's program, but building my own platform, I can tell you it's difficult. It's not easy, and it takes a very thick skin. It takes you to be resilient. And so I have compassion for Andrew Jones in this situation. People love to say, go out on your own and build your own thing. It takes time and resources to build your own thing. The only reason why I'm sitting here in front of you is that I started when I had a job. First 2 years when I did this, it was part-time, getting 4 hours of sleep, coming home, working on content. So the remaining 3.5 years or so I've been at it full-time. It's been an uphill battle, even in the liberal space. Many people consider me liberal. I have some liberal standpoints and I have some conservative standpoints. But back to this story. So I'm very cognizant of the treatment that even liberals give blacks in this space. And I've faced discrimination myself. I've tried to partner up and talk to people and work with people, and let's just say it's not easy at all. Let's just say it's very arduous. I can't say definitively that I've been racially discriminated in this space, but I can tell you I see those with, less ability go further. But it's a dog-eat-dog world out there. I will do this. I will cover this story as it begins to unfold, as more information is brought to light. One of the things that bothers me is that there's been a tendency, due to our social programming about ourselves, to go to other entities for our own news. I don't know what that is. It's like if someone else reports on black issues who isn't black, it seems like they get more credibility. I don't know why that is. I find it disheartening. I don't know what Cenk Uygur did. I don't even know if he did anything. I don't know if he said these words, but I do know someone is willing to put their reputation on the line to assert it and to go as far as to file a lawsuit. I do know it's disappointing that this would even come to this level. Mr. Jones turned down a severance package in order to file this lawsuit. So whether you believe him or not, I think it definitely should be taken seriously, and I will do that. I will take it seriously. All right. I had to speak to this. It needed to be spoken about. See, no one has balls. No one has the balls to say the real deal. We say it here. We say it here. We say it here. Now, let's move on to this. Where is my Baduism? Erykah Badu. Erykah Badu. When I woke up this morning, I woke up to a trending Erykah Badu on Twitter. She was trending, and as I looked, I said, oh my God, don't tell me Erykah Badu done passed away. Don't tell me that she done passed away. Oh, don't tell me that she's in jail, because that's usually why someone trends on Twitter. Death, jail, marriage, not so much. We tend to think negatively when we see somebody trending. Now, but when I dug deeper and I found out the reason for Erykah Badu trending, I said, oh my God, this is, maybe it'd be better if she was in jail for a couple of days. Definitely in Twitter jail. Erykah Badu finds empathy with Hitler and Bill Cosby. She said, I see good in everybody. Wow.
Playing with my money is like playing with my emotions.
Erykah Badu has never been one to hold back her opinions. In her new interview with Vulture, she says she stays true to her word by explaining how she manages to empathize with even some of the most unsympathetic figures, particularly Adolf Hitler. Really? I see good in everybody. I saw something good in Hitler. Revealed Badu the interview with David Marchese. Stunned by her remarks, Marchese asked Badu to elaborate on her answer, to which she responded, Hitler was a wonderful painter. Hitler was a wonderful painter. At that point, Mr. Marchese had to put his brain back inside his skull, and he asked Badu, he said, please elaborate what the hell you mean by that. And he had a terrible childhood, Erykah says. That means that when I'm looking at my daughter, Mars, I could imagine her being in someone else's home and being treated so poorly and what that could spawn. I see things like that. I guess it's just the Pisces in me. No, Erykah, that's the weed in you. The weed, the ganja, the sticky icky. That's too much puff pass. Look, I'm well aware that there are going to be people who suggest that, hey, man, it's not that big a deal. Who cares? It's a big deal. First of all, I love her music. She's an incredibly talented artist, and she has put out phenomenal work. But there are some things you just don't do, and there's some things that don't deserve sympathy. I don't give sympathy for that crooked-ass cop that raped like 15 black women in Oklahoma. I don't have sympathy for him. I don't have room. I don't have the bandwidth to have sympathy for evil people, regardless to where they come from or how they were raised, any of that. You know, let God sort that out. I don't have time to parse, how was he raised? No, I don't have time for all that. Same thing goes for Adolf Hitler. Forget and when I say, look, forget about all the social implications of this. I just don't get where she was coming from. Will this destroy her career? I don't know. I hope it doesn't. I see what she's trying to say, and I just don't think it needed to be said. I'm not dragging her on Twitter. I'm not dragging her on Instagram. It's pointless. But all I'm saying is, yeah, we got to recognize when we hurt ourselves. I don't see any good coming out of this. There are statements you can make. There are times you can stand up. I saw Seal stand up and give Oprah the business on Instagram, and I applauded that. Right? I also saw him moonwalk that back all the way to his driveway. But he stood up, though. But this, what are you standing up for? Better appreciation for Hitler? I don't know. Maybe somebody ought to break it down to me. Maybe I'm just not deep enough to get it. You don't trade your capital, which is your reputation and your brand, on something like this, just a throwaway question. It would have been fine for her just to say, hey, I love people, and I try to dig beneath the surface of anyone. And just leave the Hitler reference out. Because once you say Hitler, sort of like once you say, I don't know, slave owner, once you say so many characters that you could point out, that are I don't see a reason why she should go there. Now listen, just let me for her, in respect for Erykah Badu, let me try to give you something else she said. She says, I'm not trying to rebel against what everybody's saying, but maybe I want to measure it. Somebody will call me and ask me to come to a march because such and such got shot. In that situation, I want to know what really happened. I'm not going to jump up and go march just because I'm green and the person who got shot is green. The rush to get mad doesn't make sense to me. So let me get this right. We should give Adolf Hitler the benefit of the doubt and look at who he is as a person. But, I don't know, say when Philando Castile had his life taken in that car with his wife and his child, or his girlfriend and his child, or we shouldn't just support that. Support finding out and support. Well, she did say find out, but it just sounds janky. Once again, Erykah, I'm not against weed, but I am against you consuming too much of it. And maybe this isn't weed. Maybe this is fame. Maybe this is just trying to grab news. I don't know what it is, but stick to dressing funny and creative and keep doing music. But miss me with this shit. Honestly, guys, I hadn't even read this part. I didn't know she said that. Why should I go march? I don't see. But anyway, maybe it was a long interview. Maybe we need to go read the Vulture magazine to find out. Let me also throw in before I move on, because it's not that big a deal, but it was trending, so I had to address it. She says something about Bill Cosby. She says, early in the interview, the R&B legend refused to make any judgments towards Bill Cosby despite the numerous sexual assault allegations placed against him. Because I love Bill Cosby, and I love what he's done for the world. But if he's sick, why would I be angry with him? She questioned. The people who got hurt, I feel so bad for them. I want them to feel better, too. But sick people do evil things. Hurt people hurt people. Erykah, you may be too deep for this world. Hey. Hurt people hurt people. Yeah, but those hurt people that hurt people, they have to be punished for what they do. I don't know what Bill Cosby did or didn't do, but I got to believe at this point, I thought we collectively decided there's just too many allegations for us to be like, hey, just show me more evidence. Hey, the legal system, the legal situation, I think, has played out to a certain extent. So when someone is shot by cops, unarmed, in their car in broad daylight, you don't want to go run out on that. Eric Garner choked his life choked out of his body. You need to find out more information. Bill Cosby, because you like him, different story. And then Adolf Hitler, I just think it's all over the place. I'm moving on, man. I can't. I don't understand. I don't understand, man. I don't understand.
So say good night to the bad guy.
Let me just say I am reserving judgment until all the facts
I'm
come
just
out.
trying to tell you, man. Like, this is a reason why I'm going to put this up on the screen. Tim at TimBlackTV.com. I've made this announcement on my other shows, Coffee with Tim Black, the Tim Black at Night show. Black Word Today audience, I'm looking for assistance. I need help researching what's important to the community. I need help deciding or being able to decipher what we should be talking about, what matters, and also helping the legwork of that. So if you are interested in joining Team Black, Tim Black's Wolfpack, if you're interested in joining and being part of this, all I'm asking for is 5 hours of your time a week. I need creative folks who have abilities and skills or talents, or even an interest in design, graphic design, digital art, or even video editing. I'm also interested in people who are willing to do investigative journalism and folks who are willing to do research and help formulate the show. I think it's important. I like your input and I like your volunteerism. Yeah, let's leave it there. Erykah, lady. I don't know. I wanna ride with you, but I can't ride with you on this. There's been a lot of talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin everywhere. Everyone's talking about Bitcoin. Some people are I noticed a feud online about who said what about Bitcoin and who backed it, who supported it. Now look at it, it's tanking out and questioning each other's credibility and going back and forth. I'm not a part of that conversation. But I am going to update you to Bitcoin news from time to time. Someone who allegedly, according to them, has made out pretty well with Bitcoin. It's 50 Cent. 50 Cent says he profited off Bitcoin, and he didn't even know it. He was the first rapper to accept Bitcoin as payments for his work and was paid about 700 Bitcoins in sales for his album Animal Ambition. He was paid about 700 Bitcoins, which was worth $662 in 2014. Bitcoin is now worth between $10,000 and $12,000. Now, what does that mean? It means that 50 Cent made anywhere between $7 and $8.5 million in profits. And the funny thing about it, they say, is that he forgot he even allowed those purchases a few years later or prior. He forgot all about this whole situation. He didn't even remember. He didn't even remember that he did it. Damn, it must be great being 50 Cent. I forget things that I do, but I never forgot money. And I never forgot that I got, between $7 and $8.5 million worth of profits just chilling? Now, we all know that Bitcoin fluctuates. Oh, Lord, do we know? We know that, right? But it's important to know. 50 Cent he got into this early, almost 4 years ago, right? I don't know when Animal Ambition came out in 2014, but let's just say 3 to 4 years ago he got into this, okay? So, hey, he may have stumbled into a situation that put him there. He had money coming to him, and he took it in that form, and luckily for him, it's turned out the right way. I'm not suggesting that you go out and invest in Bitcoin. I'm not a financial advisor, but I am advising you to keep your eyes and ears open. Someone contacted me just last night about Bitcoin, and they're trying to walk me through the steps, and I have been looking at it, and I do have a Bitcoin wallet. But I would say, like I say in all things, never bet more than you can lose. But damn, $8 million, huh? Some people just keep on winning. All right. 50 Cent, Erykah Badu, and what else? Oh, Monique. Monique, I want to talk about this briefly before I go to our main story. Monique, she's been the butt of a lot of jokes lately. Oh, yeah, Monique's being dragged all across the internet. And I covered this. It's about her saying that she was being discriminated by Netflix on the basis of race and gender because she was only offered $500,000 to do a Netflix special. And she's faced a lot of criticism for it. And I'm not saying she shouldn't get any criticism. She should get some criticism. All right? A person who's now diving into comedy myself, I realize that $500,000 is a good payday for a comedian. Maybe not good payday for an Oscar-winning, Golden Globe-winning comedian, but it's good pay for a comedian, so I can understand why a lot of comedians may have a problem with her line of thought on this, her logic, so to speak. I get that because, yeah, the average Netflix person doing Netflix, they're not getting $500,000. All right? But my thing is, God, it's like people are having so much fun dragging her on this. It's safe to drag us. You know, we are safely dragging ourselves. We drag Monique because I don't know. Why is it so easy to drag Monique and we didn't drag Michelle Williams? Michelle Williams is the woman who wanted money for reshoots that she didn't have in her contract to be paid for, that she got after the fact. No one dragged her. Or maybe we didn't know about it. I knew about it. I didn't drag her. I disagreed and said she's lucky they hooking her up, but I didn't hate on her for trying to get her money. I don't hate on Monique for trying to get her money either. But this I want to say. Just because I did not drag Monique on this issue does not mean I believe that we should boycott Netflix because of this issue. It's just not, I just don't think we should boycott it. If you want to boycott it, sure, go ahead. But that's not what I meant. So I just want people to know I support Monique's quest to get her money. I would support your quest to get your money as long as you're not lying to people and misusing them and scamming them. Okay? So I hold that for everyone. I want everybody to do as well as they can do in this capitalistic system where everything is determined by money. We have people. We have veterans who are homeless, sleeping on the street. This is a dog-eat-dog country, okay? We have homeless veterans freezing in the cold outside of perfectly warmed and heated buildings that are empty. That's America. I don't see why people would question me on why I would support your paper chase. I gotta support it because if you broke in this country, America can care less. Black folks make up almost 40% of the poverty. 40% of black Americans live beneath the poverty line. Nobody gives I'm not going to say nobody, but large swaths of America could care less. They say that's what you want. You want to live beneath the poverty line because you ain't willing to do whatever it takes to get from there. Well, when I see someone trying to get their grind on, I got to support it because too many of us are struggling. That being said, doesn't mean we got to boycott Netflix. I hope that makes sense to you. This is how I feel, and I got to keep it real. All right. It's a tough world, man. Tough world. Look, get that money, but put it to good use and become a philanthropist with it and do your thing. Now, I would like to update you to this story just before I go to the main story. Give me 1 minute for this. Now, are you aware of the situation? Are you aware of the situation with the Olympic doctor who molested, over 100 young girls who came to see him that he was supposedly taking care of? I don't see the picture for it. Anyway, his name is Nassar. Nassar. Now, this guy, he just was sentenced to anywhere between 40 and 125 years in prison. And he still has more charges to face. And I just want the world to know that if you molest girls who come to you for treatment, I wish they could give you more than just years. I wish they could give you something else. Maybe a Wu-Tang Clan skit comes to mind as far as what you should get in penalty. But that being said, the judge in that case did such a remarkable job today of shutting him down. Not only did he have to listen to an entire week, over 100 individuals, 150 individuals, give their victim impact statements where they go in front of the court and they say what this man's actions have done to their life. But the judge shut him down again today when he made a stupid statement that he's sorry for what occurred. Nothing occurred. You committed an atrocity, brother. You betrayed the trust of these young girls and those who trusted you in your profession, who sent them to you. So the clip I was going to share was of another doctor who had known this man for several years and trusted him. He was a mentor to him, and he would send his clients, these young girls, to him for physical therapy and follow-ups. And he had no idea he was sending these girls into the lion's den. So there's a lot of pain associated with this case. And 125 years ain't long enough for that piece of dirt that he is. My bad for not having that visual ready. Now, on to my main story. I think that it's definitely worth your time. Bank of America recently announced that it will be doing away with its feeless banking. Okay, so a couple years ago, Bank of America came out with this idea that if you did online banking, if you never had to go into a store, and if you never had to, what's the word for it? If you never had to visit a teller, and if you did paperless banking, everything digital, that your footprint was so small that they could afford to not even charge you a fee for having a bank account with them, a checking account, okay? Well, that's all changed. Now Bank of America has decided we're going to do away with the feeless banking, and everybody has been pushed to the $12 fee per month. Unless you keep $1,500 in your account, and unless you make direct deposits to your bank and need the total of, I guess it's like $250 a month. So either you keep $1,500 balance always, or you have direct deposit, you're going to be paying fees. Now, some people might say that's not so bad. And I just want to give you a reason, or give you a few reasons why it is bad. Not only is it bad, it's robbery. First of all, that's your money. They're charging you fees to access your money. Second of all, they make money off holding your money. They already make money off of you. They don't need to penalize you for not keeping more money with them. Okay?
Look, man, I ain't falling for no banana in my tailpipe.
Also, it's important to note, if you go to the Common Dreams website, Common Dreams, there is a, it should be here. Hold on a second. Hold on one second. Oh, I'm in the wrong screen. Here we go. Give me that Common Greens thing. Daggone it. I know I got it here. At least I thought I did. Looks like it may have left. Okay, so man, I don't really want to read this to you. Hold on, let me see. Oh, here we go. There it is, guys. Give it up for that. I told you I need help over here. Try to tell y'all. Okay, so Common Dreams website. Month after month, getting $3.5 billion tax break. A month after getting $3.5 billion tax break from Trump, Bank of America hikes fees on poorest customers. Okay. All right. That's what I'm saying. And this is what I've been trying to tell my people who say, oh, but look at the tax break. The tax break is great. And everybody's going to make out. And I keep telling these people, the tax breaks to these corporations, even if you believe in trickle-down economics, the tax breaks that these corporations get does not mean that's going to flow your way. It does not mean that all of a sudden the companies, the corporations are going to do the right thing by consumers. Just because you get a $3.5 billion tax break does not mean that they're going to lower fees. It doesn't mean they're going to do away with fees. What did they do? They ramped up fees. Consumer advocates and banking customers are expressing outrage after an announcement by the Bank of America that it would begin charging fees to account holders who maintain low balances. The decision announced Monday comes a month after the Republican tax law gave the bank an unexpected $3.5 billion tax break. And less than a week after it posted $2.4 billion profits in the last quarter of 2017. So, not only are they getting a humongous tax break, but in 2017, they made $2.4 billion. But for them, that's not enough. They got to come get your money. They got to come get yours too. This is why I say and have been saying from day one, the tax break should have went to the people. Why are the people's tax breaks temporary, but the corporation's tax breaks permanent? I had people arguing with me on that issue. Just dumb. They believe in corporations. They believe corporations have a heart. What corporations have is not a heart. They have investors. They have shareholders. And shareholders want a return on their investment. Bank of America's free online banking accounts, popular with low-income customers, will now be subject to a $12 monthly fee unless the customer has a direct deposit of $250 per month or a balance of $1,500. Those impacted by the change will be the very people likely to overdraw their accounts due to low wages. So when we talk about low wages, who are we talking about? I'm not saying this to make people feel bad. I'm not saying this to guilt trip the hell out of America. I'm saying this to inform people. Now, this may not apply to you, but it does apply to people like you. Black folks are on the bottom in the economic ladder in this country. That's who will share, that's who will bear the brunt of these fees. Just to give you a little bit more context on this, America's three biggest banks collected $6 billion in ATM in overdraft fees in 2015. $6 billion. JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, and Wells Fargo earned more than $6 billion from ATM and overdraft fees in 2015. This is according to a report from SNL Financial and CNN Money. These are the fees collected only by three banks, mind you. Overall, America's banks taken an estimated $32.5 billion in overdraft fees during the 12-month period that ended in June of 2015. And they took in a total of $42.3 billion in overall fees. Banks make money off fees. The next time somebody tells you that the tax cut plan was great because they think it's going to spur job growth, did Bank of America go hire a bunch of people when they got their $3.5 billion tax break that they didn't even know they were going to get? No. Instead, they increased the amount of fees. What can we do about it? What's the solution, Tim? I hear that a lot. What can we do? Don't just give me bad news. Well, there is something you can do. You can get your ass out of these banks. There's a thing called credit unions. Yeah, go with a local credit union. That's what you can do. The average person spends close to $750 a year in fees alone. Go with a credit union. There are banks that are available. Go to bankrate.com, and they're not sponsoring this. It's just information I want to share with you. Go there and see what banks are available that don't have fees if you must use a bank. My only suggestion for your protection, okay, because I'm not co-signing any of these institutions specifically, but I'll tell you that you should make sure that the banking institution that you do choose is FDIC insured. All right? That means that if something happens to that bank, if it fails while your money is there, you don't lose your money, it is insured by the federal government. So that's what I suggest you do. But we got to stop getting bent over and punished, right, by these banks. I yet to see what good banks do communities of color, black communities, and poor communities. They don't give us loans, and they take our money. And they make money off our money. This is the type of story that needs to be done more often on this show. And this is why I'm asking you guys to write me at tim@timblacktv.com. I like to continue to give information like this because this is important. This is what needs to be heard. The other stuff, the Erykah Badu, the other stuff, the Monique, the horrible doctor, those things that's cool. It's we want to know what's happening as well. But this type of food for thought, this type of actionable information that you can take and do something with immediately, that's what this show is about. That's what we want to hang our hat on. So anyway, guys, that's all I have for today. I welcome you to join my team. I can't pay you, but I can help you build your portfolio. I'm only asking for 5 hours a week. I can't give you a byline. I can't help you get your credibility up. I want there to be more voices, not less. And being a one-man team is not the way to operate at an optimal height so that we make the most noise, so that we make the most change. That's what TBTV is all about. If you enjoy this content, you value it. If you don't have time to volunteer, to be a part of it, that's okay. Become a member. Pay what you want, $1. That's cool. If that's all you got, I feel you. Go to timblacktv.com. You'll find a link to take you to my Patreon and become a member that supports this. Because this is not funded by the DNC, the GOP, the Republicans, the Democrats, or any other organizations. It's only funded by people like you who value it. That's what's up, all right? I appreciate y'all. I will see you on the next one. I'll see you again on Friday. And remember, guys, I'm going to be in Portland, Oregon. If you're anywhere near Portland, Oregon, you can drive up. Come hang out with your brother, Tim Black. We're making noise, and we will continue to do so. Shout out to Glenn Van. Let me get this shout out right. Glenn Van, one of my super chats that I missed earlier. And, God, he's not listed here now. Glenn Van, I want to thank you, brother, for tuning into the show and being a part of it and contributing to the show, all right? I'll see you guys on the next one. We out. That's a damn shame what they're doing, y'all. It's one thing. If you're going to rob me, just rob me. But you're going to rob me, kick me, and stomp me, and then smack my mother in the mouth too? Nah. And to me, that's what they're doing with this latest move.
Black Word Today.
Just y'all is the one and only. Get up.
You are born.
Hello, everybody.
Let's do this.